How you doing? Boavita here. Welcome to another edition of Dreams of a Hall of Famer. If you take a look at the dreams of mine, that will never happen because of loss of local town political power. These would have been the best projects ever possible. In this episode, we're talking about one thing: a Massachusetts, New Hampshire truce, as in a left and a right. Beyond the Border Entertainment Center. It would have been the best place to make Tingsboro, Massachusetts and Natural Hampshire combined to a Vegas. You know what I mean? A Las Vegas for kids. But it's never going to be happening. But I'm going to tell you the story. I was hoping that local powers from both Nashville and Tingsboro would try to put a way to get rid of some empty space in the mall, Pleasant Mall, because the Sears was closed. I don't know if the demolish it really, but if they really use space for it, that's fine. It would be good for the entertainment center. You know, the Sears place is closed now, and they have an empty space for both floors. You heard me. It's lower and upper levels at the mall, the Pleasant Mall. As you can see in the picture, there's an upper level that's representing Massachusetts, and there's a lower level representing New Hampshire because of certain situations. And all the certain situations where it's legal to bet in New Hampshire, but it's not legal in Massachusetts right now, but it might. But here it is. Let's start with the upper level of the entertainment center. First, we go to one of the corners. Third ball lanes. Candlepin Lane. Third ball, Candlepin bowling lanes. You know what I mean? Who would love to have to do some Candlepin bowling in a mall? You know, the food and all that, and the games. You know, nice Candlepin bowling. You know, maybe get a strike or a 10. You know what I mean? Candlepin bowling. You know, everyone, because you know, in Candlepin bowling there are 3 balls. Not like bowling was 2 balls. Sorry, the annotation, but the reason it's called third ball because you know there's always a third ball in some things, and there's a lot of stuff that you should know about third ball because Candlepin bowling has been very popular in New England, and hopefully it goes out well. I'm just hoping that the whole world gets ready for this because that would be nice to have a Candlepin bowling lanes in the entire mall. That would be nice. Then you got Comic-Con City. There'll be 2 Comic-Con cities I'm going to be talking about in this series. This is the one in Beyond the Border Entertainment that we're talking about today. So, as you can see, there's a stage for karaoke and guest stars, a puppet chat TV, and a Toon Chat TV. You know, so you can talk to a Saturday morning character, and you can talk to a puppet. have a nice conversation and all that. But also, you also have the Saturday morning breakfast bar. All the best things for a Saturday morning breakfast bar. And that you gotta go with the flow. You also have a corner that is closed off for people to play Pokemon, Magic, the Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, all the nice card games to play inside Comic-Con City. And, there's the restrooms over there in the far corner, too. And you see Gerber there in the corner, too, with Gerber's Gulps. There'll be another Gerber's Gulps when we go talk about Comic-Con City in the next project. But this is what it is. Luckily enough, you see a lot of places in this. And you see this in the center of the Massachusetts level. There's a lot of superheroes. Spider-Man, Superman, and another superhero. More depth of Comic-Con City will be coming up when I talk about the other one that has to be for Comic-Con City, Tiger Ocean Palace, which I'm going to talk about in the near future. So now we're going down the escalator to the lower level, New Hampshire. Yep, New Hampshire. In the right corner of the Beyond the Border USA, there's a changing room and a locker room for cosplayers. Because of Comic-Con City. This is where the normal people who do cosplay can get changed, wash up, put on their makeup and all that, and they can dress it in their Comic-Con things and go up to Comic-Con City and have a good time. And in the corner of that is a podcast studio for Comic-Con podcasts and for a should have been podcast studio for a Sci-Fi Network podcast series that would be good. That's what a podcast studio is. And also in the area is a washer and dryer, so you can clean your clothes while you have fun in Comic-Con City. Don't worry, there'll be an attendant there to check if your clothes are clean or not. But it's what it is. But the thing about what it is if you go to the lower level and get changed, you can not only go to the escalator or elevator to the first floor, upper floor. So then you go to the left in the center. That's where you go to Gaten's Second Chance Arcade. Or I could say Gaten Dustin's second chance arcade. When you go to where it is, you got all the Atari and Xbox and all the classic retro games in the triangle. Inside the triangle. All the classic games inside the triangle. And then on the left, you have the claw games and the Pop-A-Ball. When I mean Pop-A-Ball, those popping, use almost like a casino game, but popping balls, like tic-tac-toe or cards and all that. Popping a ball. Then you have the skee-ball alley. A nice long skee-ball alley with all the good stuff of skee-ball alley. That's nice and good. You see the arcade cabinet in the area. And there's also the whacking games. Whacking games, like a whack-a-mole, whack-a-munch. Yeah. But also in the far corner is the bench bar. Well, I get egged on all the time saying that my entertainment centers need to have a bar. Ugh. So I have to follow suit. So this is the bench bar, the get bent. Because I can't call it the P bar. You know what I mean? That's called the bench bar. And who's there serving up drinks? Ordo J. Simpson! I always have to put Ordo in all my projects so he can have a say about it. Well, it is what it is. But this would have been nice. This would have been nice to have a great notice in the Pennsylvania Mall. But sadly enough, it ain't happening. It ain't happening at all. I know it's tough. But it would have been nice to have a border thing going on with the world today. So, you know how it is. So how do you guys like it? I know it's understandable. But can that be a reality? I don't know. But it's a nice dream to have a Massachusetts and New Hampshire place at the Pennsylvania Mall. But I don't know if the space will be available. They might have to tear it down. I don't know. Not the project, but the space. I don't know. So, you guys, it's tough. You have to have a dream, but sometimes you fail to get it. It's the toughest time ever. You fail to get it. So, you guys take care of yourselves in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. It's tough these days in this world. But trust in Jesus. Trust in Jesus. Okay? So, you take care of yourselves. This is Robbie Deer. I will talk to you again next time on another dream of a Hall of Famer. So, think about it. See you next time. Hey everybody, Bob E.T. here. Welcome to another episode of Dreams of a Hall of Famer. As you can see right here, we're talking about the 440 project, as known as 440 Middlesex Road in Tyngsboro. As you can see, this is one of the projects that I was thinking about for 440 Middlesex Road in Tyngsboro. It's called Colonel Tings Arcade and Grill. You know, that would be a good place for the old Outback Steakhouse that was supposed to be. You know, because I would have the space for it. I might have to bust a few walls from another building, but that's what it is. That's, Colonel Tinks. But it was supposed to be known as the Mastodon and all this arcade stuff, but really, all it comes down to what it is, Colonel Tings. When it comes to Colonel Tings, this is what it is. In the next episode, I'm going to show you the pop-up arcade. But right now, let's talk about Colonel Tings right now. As you can see, in one of the corners, you see a triangle, rectangle, target thing. That's the skee ball alley. That's the skee ball alley and all that stuff. And also, there's a lot of good things like Pandora's boxes and all that. As you can see in the blue, in the corner where the blue is, that's where the projector is, and stage around it for competition and for karaoke and for, you guessed it, competition games and guest stars and concerts, K-pop and all that. Colonel Tings is going to be going with cosplay also. When I talk about cosplay, it's like costume role playing. You know, you be with suit and all that. This is what's also going to be going on in Colonel Tings. I'll tell you more about cosplay in the upcoming shows. But look at the far corner, the kitchen. You got a good wood fire grill with vents and all that. Good fire grill. You might have shades of the Outback on the grill marks. You know, nice, tasty, good meal. And we have a refrigerator, freezer, where all the ice cream and good food to freshen up everything. And also we have, you guessed it, a pizza oven with a big pizza stone. A big pizza oven with a big pizza stone. You know how delicious you like a nice pizza? Or a nice juicy steak? I want a steak dinner! Or a steak slab sandwich. Ooh. I know most of the things are difficult to look at. First you see the Pandora's boxes in all the areas. Because the thing about it is in my wheelhouse, I have a 4300 games one, a 4200 games one, and an 8000 games one. I also have 3 PlayStation Classics. And I also have when I say True Blue, I have the True Blue series. And also I have these sticks that have 7,000 games in them. I call them Soprano sticks. You know what I mean? Some of the games apparently like, do work. It's all that fun. It has Atari, Genesis, Intellivision, ColecoVision, all the fun stuff. And then you see in the center the Orndal J. Simpson bar, the Colonel's bar, with a blender and all this good stuff. A flavor station. Yep, there's sirens are going. Red Line Special coming up. Well, as you can see in the man that's on it is Orndal J. Simpson. You always see a lot of Orndal in my pictures because it's like fun to deal with Orndal and all that, but it is what it is. I know there's gonna be some other games that can go in there, but this is all I can do for right now. I was just learning to make an arcade look good. You know what I mean? But Colonel Tings is what it is all about. It's like the founder of Tingsboro is Colonel Ting. Colonel Ting founded Tingsboro, and this is all obliged with Tingsboro and all that. Oh, that is surprising. That is surprising that everything has to go this way. But alas, this dream will not be a reality because of loss of power. Loss of political power. If that selectman would have stayed in office longer till I got the project, then we would do good. Then he can retire. But he snuck out while there was something going on else in the town election. Oh boy. And it is what it is. Politics is evil and power fades away. In conclusion, this is what, Colonel Tings is very big. And I'm hoping that it gets known nationally. I mean, some celebrity when he was doing it for themselves. So, I say to you guys right now, you take care of yourselves, alright? And I do another, wait till the next episode of Colonel Tings or Dreams of a Hall of Famer. So, you guys know that this is going to be you don't know how long or how short the episodes are going to be. So, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I hope, if this becomes a reality, this Colonel Tings, it might happen, but really it won't. So, I want to thank you very much for being part of today's episode. Thank you very much. And I say good day to you all. Hi everybody, Bobby D here. This is what it is. The Tingsboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame Museum and Arcade. That is what it is all about. I know you guys don't understand why I wanted to do this, but that was one of my dreams when I had to do with the Mastodon. This is what I wanted. A Hall of Fame museum and arcade for Tingsville High School. You know, let's get started in the middle on the main floor. You know, in the corner, you'll see the coffee room. That's right, a coffee room. You know, nice coffee room that looks like the Pines. The Pines coffee room. The thing about it is, it's the memories of our who used to went to the Pines coffee house at the Pines restaurant. That's what it's all about. And then in the other corner is the function hall, where you can have birthday parties and bachelor parties and weddings and all the nice fun stuff that a nice museum can do. And then in the middle is the exhibits, what has to do with the seasonal exhibit. We got the football, field hockey, soccer, lacrosse, wrestling. All these good high school sports will have a seasonal exhibit. And you see the tiger statue. You know, the Tingsville tiger. Not a cartoon tiger. An actual tiger roaring. And on the right, you see the arcade. The arcade is mostly sports games that are going on. Sports games. You know, baseball, hockey, basketball, wrestling. All these great Nintendo, Sega, and all these arcade sports games are in this little small arcade, including game consoles. And also in one of the corners is, to know you guys good, is the snack bar and kitchen. That's what it is. A snack bar and kitchen. Tiger Pride. You know, the nice teeth, you know, that nice succulent snacks and all that. Yeah. But also you see a black triangle there. That's to show the dark days of Tingsville High. When they with those atrocive black jerseys, black and brown. Oh, that is totally wrong. Totally wrong. Totally wrong. So, also you see the broken basketball board. That will happen one day. We hang a broken basketball board. We epoxy resin the rest of the broken glass and all that. That's what's in the main floor. Let's go upstairs, down to the basement. You know, the downstairs. Downstairs, you see the Hall of Fame locker room. Lockers of your favorite Tingsboro High School Hall of Famers. You know, and they are always loaded with all their nice abilities from each Tingsville High School Hall of Famer that is still alive, and their stuff is in their locker for the customers to see, customers and visitors to see. The lockers are also usable for the Hall of Fame, so you know what I mean. Then you also have on the corner the coaches' room, where you can see all the coaches can also have fun. You know, see all the Hall of Fame coaches that are in Tingsville High School. And then you go to the right. First, you see a blue cooler. Yes, yeah, it is Orenthal. Yes, it is Orenthal. I had to do it because somebody egging on. The blue cooler will be full of hard drinks and all the nice, luxurious stuff for a Hall of Famer. And then on the right, you have not just the showers, not just for the Hall of Famers, but also for people who are in displacement, the homeless, and all that. And next to it, the steam room, the sauna, and the big hot tub. Yeah, the big hot tub. You know what I mean? Nice and luxurious and all that. A big hot tub. All to relax if you are a Hall of Famer or you are homeless or displaced. In the corner is a washer dryer where the Hall of Famers and the homeless get their clothes washed. We would give them donated clothes to wear, and then send them to the Tiger Pride grill and snack bar to have a decent meal. And they can play around and look through the whole museum and all that. Well, when you go to the basement, you know you'll feel like a king. But the showers and the steam room, sauna, and hot tub are only for people in displacement, the homeless, and Hall of Famers. And the washer dryers for all the things. So let's go into the top floor. As you can see, a lot of statues are there. Those are all Hall of Famers. And you're saying, why am I not in the statues? I don't want a statue. If you do a statue, fine. But not in the Hall of Fame Museum because I don't deserve one. The yellow golden area right there is the Tingsboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame. That's right, the Tingsboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame, the golden area, with two people next to it. One is Erman R. Pierce, and the other one, Lawrence Kelleher. The forefathers of the THS movement. And they also talk too. They help you out reading, answer questions and all that. These characters are talkable. You can talk to them and they can talk to you. That's what it is for the Hall of Fame. But also on one side is the athletes and coaches row. Because that will have every single, and I mean every single Hall of Fame, every single THS team, the players and the coaches. From the birth from 1967 to the present, all the players in the teams will be in athlete's row. All the team photos are going to be in athlete's row. You just have to pull down the page, pull down the page, and look through all the pages, and you'll see all of the teams. But in the way back, you see a virtual reality oasis. I'm going to tell you more about virtual reality oasis in the coming days, but the virtual reality oasis, yeah, that's if you want going to be a football player or basketball player or wrestler or high school wrestler or a track and field star, or you just want to be an athlete for a day. That's a virtual reality oasis for you. Just put on the headset, and you're either hitting the balls, throwing the ball, check the touchdown, shooting some goals. It's virtual reality. The Oasis. Oh so good. And also fun. That's what it is. So that's what it is. Also, there is a trophy hall. There is a trophy hall with all the THS trophies that won in Tingsville High School athletics. A trophy hall. And in the corner of the Hall of Fame is the Wrestling Athletic Hall of Fame, which I hope that exists. I'm the only one in there? That's wrong. I know you see Nathan Romanek and Coach Tandy in the corners, but they need more athletes, more wrestlers in the Tingsville High School Wrestling Athletic Hall of Fame. That small corner is for them. Sad but true. I know it looks small to the beginning, but it can be big in chance. It can be big in chance. This was one of the first dreams. I wish I could do the Mastodon right now, but no. But this is a dream that will not exist. I tried my chances and failed. Due to loss of political power, I am not able to make this dream a reality. So, understand this. The Hall of Fame Museum is one of the best. So, I hope you enjoy this little picture. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. You take care of yourselves, alright? Have a nice day. How you doing? Bobby D here. Welcome to another episode of Dreams of a Hall of Famer. Today in this episode, we're talking about something that might happen or might not, but it's all for fun and it's all for the livingness of people. This is my nonprofit convoy, also known as Tiger Panther Raven Enterprises. As you can see, this whole setup here is going to be a whole system with the arcade bus, which I'm going to explain next in the show. A shower trailer, you'll see the inside of that. Also, a washer dryer trailer, a food truck line, and a counseling trailer. Here's the thing. We also have donated clothes and all that. But when you come to this nonprofit convoy, this nonprofit convoy is for people who are homeless, or people displaced in fires or natural disasters, like a hurricane, or a tornado, or an earthquake. You know, something that gets a normalcy to this, with the washer dryer trailer and all that. That's what it is. So when you also, there's a beautician and a barber there to clean your hair and do your nails and all that. But let me explain to this. All the stuff that I'm doing, all the dreams of mine, are non-profit. So when you see this whole line, you should be ready, because it is time to know that this is going to be the best time of your life with the nonprofit convoy. You know, the counseling trainers, mostly the Red Cross, so give people homes and places to stay, good areas to calm down situations and all that. You know, counseling. I know some people want to be with their families, but what if their family was with them? You know, get them hotel rooms and all that, but let's get them cleaned up first. And you see also next with the food trucks, a line of food trucks that are going to be with a total of 3 to 4 food trucks in a half a circle, with the food trucks giving out free meals to people who are displaced, the homeless, and a lot of people. Because we're dealing with people who are suffering. You know how this world is today. The world is a tough place. And people need hope and calm kindness. So this is what I'm going to do for you today. We're talking about one of the best things ever. The arcade and nonprofit convoy. So, let's get on with it. We start off now, most likely, with the arcade bus. You know, that is a dream of mine, because I know that can be a reality. That can be a reality, I'm hoping. This arcade bus will revolutionize entertainment for a lot of people, because they're doing mobile trucks and all that of arcades, but the arcade bus will be more potential to that. Here we go. Now, the Tiger Panther Raven arcade bus. You see that red line there? That's the driver's side. You know, there's going to be a little door and 2 drivers on the one navigating the other. And also, there's a lot of games that you should know about. The Sega Genesis, the Nintendo knockoffs, all the games, including the Pandora's boxes and the PlayStation Classics, with the True Blue sticks and the Soprano sticks. When you see those purple triangles, each one has a Soprano stick. You know, the Soprano stick has 7,000 games in it. There's some Pandora's boxes at 4,200, 4,300, 8,000, you know. a lot of games built in. All these games in this arcade bus are games built in. And, it will be entertainment for all this to know that the arcade bus will bring a lot of people to the area. But this is part of the certainty. You can play games, you can have competitions, all this good stuff. This is what it is. Who would love to have a one-on-one battle with two rivals? Playing a game of Tekken or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat in the back. The Warriors are battling there because here's the thing. Tiger Panther Raven arcade bus will be running on 4 engines. One fueled by methane, your daily duties. One, electricity for most of the stuff and the games. One, a gasoline, the cheapest the cheapest gasoline we can get, and French fry oil. That's right, French fry oil. So you can be using biodiesel French fries oil, gasoline they go for your car, electricity, and methane. Get all the methane fuel and all the crap turns to dirt and dust, and you put it in compost. That's the thing about it. It's going to be running on 4 engines, and it's going to burn up all the impurities. And that's what it is in the arcade bus. You play games, you do your business, and that's what it is. You have fun. No, there's no bar in this one. The beautician and barber, to get a nice one, a beautician or barber donating their time, combing their hair, cutting their hair, shaving their beards, shaving their legs. When we go to the Showers Trail, I'll tell you all about that one. Coloring, a nice manicure, pedicure, massaging of the feet, a nice stretch, and that's what it is. More of the food trucks. There's more good food that's going to be in the truck. And it's going to be so delicious. So delicious. So we're going to have all the great things with food truck. But now, let's talk about one thing. The Showers trailer. The Showers trailer is going to be exclusive for everybody. To walk. And I'll explain to you right now about the Showers trailer. Now, as you can see, inside the Showers trailer is like no other. First, you have the entrance and exit, and next to it is a bidet. Each one of them has a bidet. A bidet to clean up your unmentionables, and the methane will be powering the heat system for the shower. And as you see the blue lines that are on the area, that's glass. That's a glass thing, and the purple is the shower curtain. Look at the pattern of the showers. Look at the nice star things, a nice tile pattern for the showers and all that. You have these soap dispensers and all that, and cut your clean clothes and towels. First they will take your dirty clothes, and while you're taking your shower and shaving, they'll take your clothes in the washer dryer and wash them. They'll wash the clothes, the washer dryer, while you get clean in the showers. See the great showers, the comfy shower heads. The thing about it is, we'll either get a free water supply or a donated water tank. That's right. The water tank is not on the picture, but if they cannot find a water supply for the washer dryer and the showers, I can tell you this. The thing that will greatly deal with most is having a nice shower. And you also have the sink, so you can help shave, brush your teeth, comb your hair. The barbers and beauticians can help you out, shave your legs, and all that. And if someone is handicapped, they're not going to be going upstairs. They're going up a ramp. They're going up a ramp. That's what it is. They're going up a ramp to the door. No stairs. I will not have stairs in any of the trailers. I will have ramps. And it's going to be easy access for handicapped people. All the showers, trailer, the washer, dryer, all for handicapped. We're going to help shave. We got the toiletries. And those red boxes next to the sinks, those are for sharps. After you're done shaving your face and beard and your face and legs, all sharps will go into those red containers, and we get to the right authorities to dispose of them. And those brown squares, the diamonds there, that is for your dirty clothes to go in, so the dirty clothes can go in. And while the attendants grab the dirty clothes, you'll get clean clothes to wear, and then have a decent meal. But the shower, you will get luxurious in the shower. Shower, shave, get all cleaned up, and then go to counseling and give nice relief. Maybe get a massage. You might get a massage in the shower. That's the true thing about it is. But think about it. The showers are going to be so substantial to you. You got to be clean to be cleanliness is better than godliness. You know what I mean? So this is what it is. Inside a shower's trailer. The nice wash-a-dub-dub in the tub. Get buff and buffed. I might add hairdryers, I don't know. But this is what it is. So, this is what the thing is all about. Someplace we can clean up. And it's non-profit, so it's for the homeless and the displaced. Have some things. I hope you enjoy what is thinking about with the Tiger Panther Raven arcade bus. And it's knowing to know that you're going to do your best to the whole world. So, I'm glad you enjoyed this. So, you guys will think about this. This is a thing that might be a reality if it comes true. But the thing about it is, it's the cost. The cost of the vehicle, the cost of everything that is known to the whole system. So, I know you like this whole thing about Tiger Panther Raven, Arcade Bus, and Non-Profit Combine. So with the Arcade Bus, you know you gotta everything, but the thing about it is you have entertainment, you clean yourself up, have a good meal, get some homes and everything while they take care of your business. Because this is not just for the homeless, it's for also the people that are displaced. You know what I mean? Because this non-profit convoy is a non-profit. It is a non-profit. So it's nice to know that you got some friends coming on. And when you go to the Arcade Bus, it's knowing that you can have some fun. And everything is going swell with what's going on in the world right now. But, you know, this garbage is going on. But the thing about this is like, you know, you need a place. You need a place to have fun. And this Arcade Bus is going to do good. And also the showers and the washer dryer that clean your clothes. And the food trucks, you know, all the nice fancy food. And also, I might also add a warming trailer. That's not a bad idea. A warming trailer for those cold winter nights. You know, sit down, watch TV, and warm themselves in the trailer while they're doing counseling also. That's not a bad idea. You know, a nice, and it can also be a cooling trailer. A warming or cooling trailer for those hot days. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Tiger Panther Raven Enterprises is what the world is all about. So, I hope you like it. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost. You take care of yourselves. I will see you next time with the big one. So, thank you, and we'll see you later. This is Robert Edia. Have a good day. How you doing? Bob Edia here. Welcome to another episode of Dreams of a Hall of Famer. As you can see in this one, this is one of my first renderings of what would be like in a pop-up arcade while my other businesses would be constructing right now. But this would have been Colonel Tang's while the 440 project or Beyond the Border Entertainment Center, which I'm going to discuss in a later show, would have been possible. This little thing was the first creation I did with Paint 3D. That's where you're going to see all of the stuff was done by Paint 3D for Microsoft. First you look at the entrance. This area was supposed to be the old town hall in Tyngsboro. That's where it was gonna be for temporary reasons. The old town hall. Because you got an entrance where they have a security check. The security officer checks their walls and everything. And then put their coats on the coat rack and all that. Yeah, but then they go to the cashier, the T you see in the square, and he gives you tokens. He gives you tokens for the whole ride through. And then you've got a lot of things to choose. First, on the far right, is you got all the classic games in flashback. You know, Genesis, Atari, Nintendo and Super Nintendo knockoffs, and all that. That would, all the classic games. But on the other side, you got the ColecoVision and the Intellivision flashbacks. Well, I mean flashbacks because all these arcade games that are in this arcade or in my dream projects are games built in. And you got a lot of two Pandora's boxes and two PlayStation Classics in the front row. But in the real front row is a TV screen and two controllers. They would use the PlayStation Classic in that one with the True Blue fight pack, and there'll be a lot of competition. And on the back of there is the stage. We have all this nice musical entertainment. Just pop in a couple of tokens, and they'll play you a song. But mostly it's a playlist that they do, but they'll play you any song like karaoke. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How would this competition would work with this? You have two rival players in the way front, and then the reason I'm a little bit surprised that it hasn't happened yet that betting has not been allowed in the state of Massachusetts yet. I'm hoping there would be betting in the state of Massachusetts. So much fun and all that, the betting. And I would say to them, regulators, rally up! Once again, regulators, rally up! And then someone would say, I'm taking bets. And then the whole description of it. And then they play the game. But before they play the game, I have to blow the whistle for people to stop betting. And then they play the game, and whoever wins, whoever loses, they have to pay up or they get their money back. I know this is a non-profit thing. All my projects are non-profit. That's the thing. And then you have on the far right a food station. All hot dogs and already made up cheeseburgers and French fries, stuff food that's donated, chili, all this nice good food, cotton candy, popcorn, all this nice good food in the far corner. and this is also very big. In the Orange Pentagon, there is going to be a multi-game arcade cabinet. A multi-game arcade cabinet. You know what I mean? So much fun is going to be. Um, that's what the thing about it is. That's what I thought what would happen for right now, while my other dream businesses were going to be built. That I would have this pop-up arcade temporarily until, you guessed it, it's a 4 project or the other thing that is going on while talking during the show. Right now, it is what it is. You have 2 Pandora's boxes in the center, and you have a PlayStation Classic on the left and the right. And then in the center, you got the Arcade Legends flashback. You sit that way, and then the other side is the Blast Stick. Pac-Man. And all that Pac-Man stuff. And Dig Dug, yeah. Sorry to say this, Orndall. There is no alcohol in a pop-up arcade. I know you go, oh, nuts! Nope, there's no alcohol in this arcade. Because you gotta let the kids in. And besides, who will give us a temporary liquor license for a pop-up arcade? You know what I mean? So, this is what it is. This was supposed to be my pop-up arcade. But now it can be used for traveling around the world. Traveling with my other projects, which I'm going to discuss later on in the series. So, guys, you gotta be careful about where your dreams lie. My dreams have already been shattered due to the fact of loss of local political power. And you guys gotta know, I care about you guys very much. So think about it when you're dealing with political power. So, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Ghost, you take care of yourself, you play good, you learn to be a good person. And I'll see you next time for another dream of a Hall of Famer. This is Bob Ethier. Good day. How you doing? Bob E.T. here. Welcome to the final episode right now of Dreams of a Hall of Famer. What you see right here is the big project. Tiger Vision Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. This is what I was hoping to do if somehow I would have gotten the Tingsboro Country Club. But alas, this project will never see the light of day because of the loss of political power, local political power. But this is what it is. Tiger Vision Palace. It's a dream business that's known like no other. This would have saved Tingsboro from the embarrass. Right now they're getting ready to have their new middle school. I thank them for it, and it's alright, but sometimes political power is a big problem. I would have found a way to get the golf course with investors. But this is what Tyngsboro should have done, was make sure that I had an advance to get the investors for Tiger Vision Palace. But here it is. It is divided into so many compartments, a total of a lot. You know, with hotel rooms and all that. What you see outside for right now is the basketball court, the climbing hill, the zip line, and a special bar with featuring Orlando J. Simpson. This is what the outside looks like. You know, this is the thing about it is, you know, when you come to things from Massachusetts to Tiger Vision Palace, you know, you'll see this big building, almost like Atlantic City or Las Vegas or Foxwoods, Connecticut. But this is Tyngsboro, Massachusetts. It would have been. This would have been like Vegas. That's the truth about it. So when you look at the compartments, you have the Hall of Fame Museum, Comic-Con City, the Imagination VR Oasis, Restaurant Alley and Hotel, Planetune VR Oasis, Tiger Vision Arcade, Gobble Campus Mini Golf Course, and Amy's Water Resort. So now, let's delve inside Tiger Vision Palace. It starts off in the far corner to the left with the Tyngsboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame Museum. And the basement is going to be used for the Hall of Fame basement with Hall of Fame players, showers, a hot tub, sauna, and all that. Washer and dryer. You know, some for the Hall of Fame, but also for the spectators and customers to look at, you know, the Hall of Fame locker room. And you also got in the middle floor exhibits, a sports arcade where you can play all these sports, but this is gonna be different because when there's also a coffee room and a function hall and a broken basketball here and certain exhibits. In the top floor, that's where you get the virtual reality oasis, where you can play basketball, you can go shoot hoops or hit balls and score a goal and shoot a goal. You know, playing sports in a spectator's world. That's what it is. And there's our athletes and coaches row, so you can get every single coach and player from every single team from 1968 to 2000 so far. 2000 so far. And also the Tyngsboro High School Athletic Hall of Fame, Wrestling Athletic Hall of Fame, and the trophy case. This is what it is. Tyngsboro High School Hall of Fame Museum. Early on, I told you it's a standstill of its own entity. But this is what would happen if I would have Tiger Vision Palace. The thing is like, it's made to be for Tyngsboro and by Tyngsboro. This is what it is. A nice, good Hall of Fame museum. Because coming up, we're gonna delve in more, and this is what goes on in the next part of this hotel and entertainment center. When you go into Comic-Con City. But the Hall of Fame Museum is a good place where you can have fun, and also there's going to be a kitchen and grill, a snack bar, and all that. So don't you worry. There's going to be a snack bar and all that. So this is what it is. The Hall of Fame Museum. Now, let's talk about Comic-Con City. Yes, Comic-Con City. A dream thing for celebrities and superheroes and wizards and all that. Playing the stuff. Actors and actresses and all your fantasies, all your realms to go with it is in Comic-Con City. You can read a comic, you can look at a book of Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or even superhero books that Fuzzy Fancy or even the Hunger Games. And also, there's a podcast studio where this podcast is going around. And we also have a changing rooms for the cosplayers and guests who want to dress up and get right going. Then you have the puppet and the TV Toon Chat. There's going to be like chatting on chat with a puppet or chat with a special guest on the Toon Chat TV. Also, there's special guests and everything, or you can do karaoke on stage. But if you're in a mood for a little breakfast 24/7, 365 to 366 days a year, there's also the Saturday morning breakfast bar. With waffles and all that, and cereals, sugar-coated cereals, and griddle and waffle iron, and all this nice Saturday morning stuff. In a blender. In the far corner is where you can play Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, Magic, Bakugan, Beyblade, Dungeons and Dragons, all the Magic cards and everything possible. All the Magic cards and everything possible in that corner. And between the card corner and the side one bar is another thing. Star Bar! It can be Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, all the star people like aliens and all that, and futuristic people. And guess who's doing the bar? Orndal J. Simpson! Yes, Orndal J. Simpson in the Star Bar. Ooh. That's what it is. Nice, tasty drinks. Non-alcoholic is Saturday morning bar. The alcoholic ones are the Star Bar. Those got couches and look at the statues. You got Tommy the Green Ranger. You got Katniss Everdeen. You got Spider-Woman. got Darth Vader. All this nice, good stuff. Almost like Stranger Things. Wouldn't it be nice if Gaten Matarazzo would have shown up for this? Gaten Matarazzo for this, and that's what it's about with Comic Con City. Well, it's a Comic Con 24 out of the day, 7 days a week, 365, 366 days a year. So Comic Con City. Now we'll go to VR Oases, where we go to the Imagination. The Imagination VR Oasis. Well, the thing about the Imagination VR Oasis, there's a lot of things to know. Time travel nostalgia, West country and Western nostalgia, an adventure safari, so goody. Air and space traveling room, but it's also a royal room. You can be king or queen or prince and all this royal stuff. Or you can be a star. You can be a star big time so you can be a star, but the adventure one's gonna be good. Write down you've seen Comic Con City. Because we're on the second floor for the Imagination VR Oasis. And hopefully you'll have to go time traveling to the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, and the early 2000s. That would be nice to go be a lot of things, like an inventor and all that. You can go medieval and all that. Time traveling. Who would have thunk it? And with the you can be a star, you can be a musician, you can be an actor or an actress. You can have so much fun. You can be in your own music video. You can do your own TV scenes. That's fun. And the whole room is all virtual reality. So it's all VR oasis of the imagination. Later on, I'm going to talk about Planet Doom, but right now, the thing about it is Comic Con City and the Imagination VR Oasis are one area. Imagination VR Oasis on top of the second floor, Comic Con City in the bottom floor. That's what it is. Well, we're continuing in Comic Con City. We're now going to deal with the center of Comic Con City. I meant the center of Tiger Vision Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. We are going to go to the meat of this, the center for our pleasure of this. So get ready because we're going to have a very good one. The rooms and the food are not just for the customers. The rooms and the restaurant kitchens are also for the homeless and people who are displaced. And you'll find more about that when we look at the nice hotel rooms and Restaurant Alley. Restaurant Alley is 2 floors and has good food. So we're going to go right now straight to Restaurant alley and lobby. When you go into the lobby, you see the big red T and then all this nice stuff. A red T saying to welcome you to Tiger Vision Palace and welcome you to Tingsville, Massachusetts. You check in the front desk, you go see the concierge, and he'll plan a schedule just for you. A concierge plans a nice schedule just for you of going to the whole Tiger Vision Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. Right in the diamond corner is a free Wi-Fi center, just in case any business you have to do beforehand. When you check in to Tiger Vision Palace Hotel, they're going to give you a card to open your hotel room, but also another card to go to our cookie center where you can get your complimentary cookie for all the nice, good deliciousness. We'll get into our rooms sooner than you think. But right now, we're going to go to the second floor of the center for Restaurant Alley number 1, Comfort and Casual. As you can see, in Comfort and Casual, you have the Tiger Pride kitchen and grill, with the good food and like steak and premium burgers and fries, all the good stuff. Nice tasty meal. And there's a big tiger helping you order your food. A big tiger. In the corner is Dunkin' Donuts. That's right. Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin'. America runs on Dunkin'. And also to the middle is Sonic Drive-In. Yep, we're going to have a Sonic inside the hotel. We're going to have a Sonic inside the hotel. That will be good for you and good for us. Also, the Pines, the classic restaurant of Kingsborough. The Pines Pizza and Restaurant, where you can get a good pizza pie and classic food. Classic food at all. And the drinks and ice cream are classic. Everything's classic. Tiger Pride Kitchen is all nuevo and all that. That's what it is. And all that. So the Pines is good and delicious food and pizza. Their way of making pizza is synonymous to the town of Tingsborough. It's so good, the food. And hopefully you'll love it too. Also in this area is a bar where you can get some drinks. And also we'll be serving hot dogs, peanuts, and pretzels. And maybe a corn dog. Maybe some deep fried Oreos. Fried dough. It's a nice big bar, but guess who's also there? Orndall J. Simpson. Yes, Orndall Jasonson here at the nice. And then you go to the end of it for dessert. Baskin Robbins. Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors or more. You got more than 31 flavors in this. Then we go to the third floor, where there's also good food, like the Royal Pain in the Neck British Fare, El Pastor Taqueria, the best tacos in town, Shantae French food and French fare, and the Singapore. The Singapore Asian restaurant is the classic restaurant in Thamesville, Nashua. And it is so good to have a yummy meal, either World Global or Comfort Classic. That's what Restaurant Alley is. So, if you want Asian food, and Asian food, and either French food or British food, you come to the third floor. But now, let's look at our lovely hotel rooms, which will be given to either the regular customers or the homeless or people displaced from natural disasters and fires. This is a picture of a hotel room. Standard or a luxury honeymoon suite. Give me luxury room or give me a honeymoon suite. You know how the beds are lush, and the beds are made out of the purple grid. Purple grid beds. So comfortable and comfy and cozy. And also good for the back and all that. Gets your pressure points and all that. Your closet and also your fridge and mini bar. Scenic view of the town and all that. Twin beds for the standard room and one big bed for luxury room or honeymoon suite. But look at the bathroom. Look at the bathroom. You got all your toiletries and drinking glasses in one area. You have the towel rack. You have a toilet and bidet. And also the bath this is what it is showers, bathtub, and a jacuzzi. That's what's in the bathroom. Showers, bathtub, and jacuzzi. There's gonna be switches. You just fill up the tub, and then you have your nice jacuzzi. All this nice, comforting things. A nice jacuzzi. And that's mostly this. You have the comfort of the nice beds. Just lay ahead or even call for room service. Yes, we're going to have room service, and we'll have a room service menu. And the great thing is the TV. The TV is going to be big both ways and it'll have tons of channels. I think a total of 5,000 channels per hotel room. Maybe for the luxury one, a little more than 10,000. Maybe. Wouldn't you just love to lie on the beds and take a nice deep nap? Yeah, right. And I sing in the shower, sing in the shower, and you shave and relax all your muscles. Relax all your muscles in the jacuzzi. We also have a red lamp if you want to have a nice tan, nice dark tan in the red lights. That's what's the thing. Now, this is what it was in the hotel rooms and the restaurant alley. Now, let's go talk about Tiger Vision Arcade. Tiger Vision Arcade is one of the best things possible. This is the heart of Tiger Vision Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. You know, in the center of the arcade are multi-game arcade cabinets. So there's different games in each arcade cabinet, but there's multi-games. So the big hexagonic circle, but maybe a cube. I don't know. And you also got all the things of Skee Ball Alley and also some whacking games and poppable games. But also you got a lot of Pandora's boxes, places you want classics, ColecoVision and Television, Atari, Sega Genesis, Arcade Legends, all this stuff. A big one, and also a big disco sound and technology sound. Ooh. That's what it is. Tiger Vision Palace is one of the things that is the thing. You have to think in your own box. And you can use tokens. But it also has a redemption center where you can cash in your points and get wonderful prizes. Wonderful prizes. Yes, there's a restroom. Yes, there is a restroom. But also in the corner is none other than the Bent Bar, as in get bent. The Bent Bar. I can't call it the P-Off Bar because I'll get in trouble. So it's a Bent Bar featuring OJ, one OJ something. And serving you drinks and rocket fuel and all that. If you want to know why I put a bar in each of the things, simple. Orenthal is trying to egg me on what has to do with entertainment centers and bars. So, some of these bars will have Orenthal J. Simpson on them, if he ever does come to Tingsboro and reels down a few drinks. And that's what it is. Get ready, we're going back upstairs to Planet Doom, where is our major gaming floor. Planet Doom is where you have the gaming and all the competition that is going on. We're back in the upper level, second floor, with Planet Doom. You have the space battles. You have the medieval sword fights, medieval room, sword fights room, medieval combat. You have a martial arts, boxing, and wrestling room. You know, like Tekken and Street Fighter and all the fighting games and wrestling and boxing in that room. That's the thing for Planet Doom. Also, a a basketball baseball in all the competition can also we have a a gangster room, gangster and all that. We also have a racing Planet Doom thing. So Planet Doom is where all competition goes to battle. You know you're gonna have your fun with Planet Doom. You know, this is where you can get some good coin. So you can have air battles with fellow people and air battles. But also you can do epic medieval battles with knights and warriors, or even fight by virtual punches and all the fun. Or the what? Spaceman baby. That's what it is for the VR Oasis of Planet Doom. Now we're gonna go to the last part of Tiger Vision Palace, both the second floor with Garo Capra's mini golf course and Amy and Amy's water resort in the bottom level. Garo Capra's mini golf course is in the second floor, and it's a nice golf course. 18 holes. We don't know what the shape are going to be in all of them, but there are 18 holes, and we go all around in a circle. And there is a front desk where you can get your balls and clubs and all that. You go all the way to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, to the target 18 hole. In the corner is a Caddyshack bar. I'm alright, if you're thinking about me. If it's in the face, it's all I'm thinking about me. I'm alright. Look at that thing about me. It's another thing in the face. It's another good me be. Hey, I'm alright. Everything I think about me. You know, this is my friend Barbara Capra, who's running the Caddyshack bar. You know, Barbara Capra and her mom were the owners of the old Tinksville Country Club. I wanted to bring them in to the mini golf course and give Barbara Capra a job working the Caddyshack bar, serving drinks, both non-alcoholic and the high bar alcoholic. This is what it is. A nice, tasty drink and a party will never stop. I love this. This 18-hole golf course. And with Barbara Capra in the Caddyshack bar, that'll be something. That's just what it's all about with Barbara Capras. And hopefully, if this was a reality, Barbara Capra will be proud. Right now, she's brokenhearted. What's going on with the golf course? And I'm a little bit brokenhearted too. To turn into 55 and up resident things, that breaks my heart. This would have been part of my dream business, this golf course, with Tiger Mission Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. But last, it is a memory. And I wish Kate Bush was walking on God. You know what I mean? This Kate Bush stuff, Stranger Things is really getting to my mind. But this is what it is. Tiger Mission Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. This is what the thing, Garo Kaba's mini golf was. And now we're going to our final presentation, Amy and Amy's Water Resort. Amy and Amy's Water Resort is one of the best summer centers in the world. You got a nice, good pool with water slides, and one slide is shallow for the water slides, and the other side is a little bit deep. The back of the pool is deep water. There will be ladders and all that. And if you feel like going scuba diving, that'll be good too. You know that red corner? That's the lifeguards area. And also, my niece, Amy. Amy Ethia Galloway. But she'll be Amy Ethia Labasser soon enough. But that's what I want my niece to be the lifeguard. That's what it is. Also, there's shower and changing rooms. And there's also a bar, a tiki bar, with Orndog Gay Simpson and my niece-in-law running it, Amy Childs Ethia. Amy is the best. Both Amy's are the best. And also, the biggest hot tub in the state, Maroon Lagoon Hot Tub Center. You would have Rob Gronkowski would cater a party in that big hot tub, a lot of dining, a little dancing, champagne, margaritas, Cuba Libres, all non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks on the tiki bar and in the Simmer Center, where you can have a nice hot tub, a nice relaxing muscles and all that. And the pool, nice crystal clear water, and also blue. Ooh. And also for the kids, a nice splash pad. Jax's splash pad, in honor of my grandnephew, Jax. A nice splash pad, like a fountain. There might be a bucket too. So that's what it is. Amy and Amy's, with the tiki bar. You would love to get a nice fruity punch or a nice spiky fruity punch. Mm-hmm. That's the truth about it. No one understands me. No one understands me very much, but this was to be my dream. My dream, big time. And I was hoping that my dream would become a reality. But alas, all my dreams have not been too kind to me. So I'm doing alright. It's just that I was hoping that Tiger Leisure Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center would be good. And it would give Amy another job other than teaching or being a principal. It'll at least give Amy a summer job. But Amy Childs, my niece would run the whole tiki bar. It's a nice water resort. The water slides will be absolutely fabulous. So that's what it all is about with Amy and Amy's water resort. Well, I'm probably thankful that you like this whole Tiger Vision Palace Hotel and Entertainment Center. And hoping that you look at all my dreams. Right now, this is the final one for now. But it will continue big time. When the series continues, I don't know what dream will I have next. But dreams can be fading away, like power fades away. It is what it is. Tiger Vision Palace. The most entertaining Vegas-like resort for kids and whole families. So much fun, all in one. Almost like a casino. But it is what it is. So, I see you guys right now. This is my dreams. This is what it is. So, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, of the Holy Ghost, you take care of yourselves. And I know that my dreams become reality, they become reality. But right now, death fades away. This is Bob Ethia. You take care of yourselves. And goodbye.